apologize because I really wanted to take as much of your money before the show. Anyway, so we'll just, where are we? There we are, okay. Cool, I just wanted to touch all those buttons. Thank you, Patrick. The second story is that I was in, I know you're all like, what's the second story? Second story, I was in Brooklyn 3 weeks ago, not sure. And this hat went missing at the show. And it did. Thank you for corroborating my story. We're gonna have to cut this dialogue short and return to monologue format, but I appreciate your enthusiasm about the hat story. That really flowed out much better than I thought it was going to. That was much more eloquent than my, please stop, I can't think, let me just go. Anyway, so I normally hang this hat right here, but as you can tell, I'm not going to do that tonight because it went missing after the last show. Never thought I'd see it again. It's, if you're familiar with the illustrator, David Shrigley, cool, I'm familiar with him as well. When we were on tour in Australia, this is the worst way to start a show. Anyway, to the place they were selling this fucking hat, so I bought the hat. Lo and behold, I put it on this stupid hook, and goes missing. I guess I assumed that it got stolen because I'm the kind of person when I find a hat at the end of the show, I'm like, oh, is this anyone's hat? And then I steal it. So, you know, I know how the world works. Of course, it got stolen. Didn't think I'd ever see it again. And then yesterday, I'm in Dumbo, and I'm walking around with my friend Push, and we are going into the office building where he works. And then 3 other people coming from the opposite side of the street also entered the building and were like, oh, hey, we were at your show in Brooklyn 3 weeks ago. Did you lose a hat? And I remarked, yes. Yes, I did lose a hat. And I thought they knew this because at the end of the show, it's like, hey, did someone, where's my hat? I thought that's how they knew. But she was like, oh, I think I have your hat. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then she was like, yeah, it's got like little drawings. And I was like, yes, it does. Do you know where this hat is? She said, yes, it's in my studio. I said, where's your studio? She said, right here. And she opened the door, and now all of a sudden we're in the middle of an art school. We walk through the hall. I'm assuming it's an art school, or either that or it's like a really weird office. And there's my hat hanging on a wall with a little piece of tape that says Dan Deacon's hat. And this is like the moment of my life where I really, truly understand I have a weird life. And then she's like, do you want your hat back? And I said, yes. And I almost gave her another hat. But I didn't. I was gonna make up like a weird lie at the end of the story, and but no, I just got the hat back, and I'm very happy about it. It just goes to show you that every time you're on Facebook and someone posts that life is a computer program shit, you can be goddamn sure that it is. Which I guess that's the same thing as like God. Do you know what I mean? Like, who's to say that these programmers, like, I'm sure the hacker that programmed like civilization and humanity is like God 420 at like godhackers.com or something. Anyway, and then they were like, oh, they're gonna love this hat bullshit. Okay, so my new comedy album, Gliss River, is out tonight. Anyway, thank you very much. All right, cool. Adult, professional, just playing the songs that I remember how to play.
Where?
What the Get out. Can we all just look at the center of our hand, like the center of our hand as if there's like a little mouth growing out of it? Look at the center of your hand and imagine there's a little gross mouth. And imagine that your hand has its own consciousness. And now imagine that your little mouth hand is trying to kiss you, but you don't want to. So luckily you control its distance away from your face. So you can move your hand as close or far away from your face as you want, perhaps oscillate that if you want, and you can oscillate that either with a standard form oscillator, or you can go wild with some sort of sample and hold shit, but whatever you want. Let's just have your hand whatever distance you want. Maybe sometimes when the mouth is farther away, it's more alluring, and when it's close, you don't want to kiss it. You know, one of those mouths.